Ladies and gentlemen, karibuni tena sana. Ni msimu wa mvua na tunashukuru Mungu tena sana that it is raining now. For the people in the farms, at least now the plants can grow. For the people like us with water problems, now we have water in plenty in our buckets, in the tap, in the tank. So now mambo iko shwari, mambo iko sambamba, and we thank God for that. Welcome to Kiriam Live. This is a podcast that concentrates on talking about what is on your mind, the matters of the society, the witchcraft of the society, all the things that we say or do or think or have emotion about that is in your mind. And we do address it or we do not address it, or we repress it, suppress it, however way you press it. It is still on your mind, and it is something that is worth talking about. Because why am I doing this? It is because insight, wisdom, and education can be the key to someone getting inspiration, to someone getting motivation, to someone getting a cure. Hivyo ndio mambo iko. So ile ujuzi uko nayo, share it with the world. And I always say, just like God said, go out and multiply. Insight, wisdom, education is a way of multiplying, because when you give insight, you've planted a seed for this someone to grow, and from growing, they will learn to grow another and nurture it. So with that said, welcome to Kiriam Live, where everything we do and say is based on what is on your mind. Are you broke? Yeah, tunaanza hivyo. Are you broke? I'm asking you a question. Are you broke? Okay, you have answered. Are you rich? Are you rich? All right. And what about, are you in the middle between the two? Thank you very much for answering. For whatever answer you have given me, money has something to do with it. And I would like for us to speak about money today. It is a topic that has been spoken in every areas, in every angles. And I believe it has to be talked about, because if we do not talk about, we will lose to know the power that it has. Money has so much power. There's a high percentage of deaths that is responsible due to lack of it. There are families that starve today due to lack of it. There are organizations that are thriving today due to lack of it. So what if we stripped it off today? And there's nothing we call money anymore. Let's just be human beings. What would the world be? I believe that is a very interesting movie that I would like to see. Because here and now, where we are in the world of today, money is important. I have had the opportunity, to experience a business enterprise. And with a business enterprise, it gives you access to money. It gives you to access to small quantity of money. And money gives you freedom and it gives you power. It also brings responsibilities, but the greatest thing is it gives you access, access to the best things in life. So during that time, I can say that I was earning in a way that I could provide for myself the things I never had in life, like good food, clothes. I was not rich, but I had the basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter, on my arm. And I got used to the habit of having it, calculating it, investing it. But what happens when you lose all of it? When you lose all of it, it's now like God telling you, I think it is time for you to understand the meaning of money. And that is the topic of today, the meaning of money. What is money? This is how I always like to interpret it to my wife or my children. If they grow up to have that problem, I would say, today God will give you 5 shillings. Tomorrow He will give you 10. Then 20, then 30, then 1,000, then 10,000, then 100,000, then 500,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 zillion, 1 trillion, 1 billion, whatever the million. It comes in sequences, in steps, one day at a time. And I grew up to be broke to understand that once you understand to use 5 shillings, it becomes easier for you to be given 10 shillings. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So to those maybe they did not understand because I used very small numbers and they are used to big numbers. If you understand how to use 1 million, then God gives you access to 10 million. Because the responsibilities and the dynamics of 1 million are way far different from 5 shillings. It's completely different, and I think you understand what I'm saying. Na hapo ndo nimekuja kugundua ya kwamba there are many people in employment or many people getting income, high income, but they do not know how to use it. They do not know and understand what is money. So my brothers and sisters, what is money? Pesa ni nini? To me today, I think money is like a key that gives you access. Depending on how much you have will determine how much access you can get. That's how maybe I can put it for me. Because with access inamaanisha, if I have access to enough money to afford the basic needs to life, hiyo iko sawa. If I have the access to afford investment, strategies kubwa kubwa, then hiyo iko sawa. So I believe money gives you access. But it is important to also understand it is not the most important thing. It is not the most important thing. The day I learned this, that money is not the most important thing, I had separated with my wife because life is difficult. But during that time, God already blessed. I had some little bit of something, more than the usual amount you're used to. And I remember that time I wished that I could share with my children whatever I had. Because those are one of those days when unasikianga umepata ka jackpot kadogo, and it is worth celebrating. But that time I wished ninge share na wao. So that means money is not everything. It only gives you access to the greater things in life. Evil too. But since it is important, do you believe it is important? And if you believe it is important, what are we willing to do for it? We are all educated that how to get money. We strategize, all the education, all the insights. But why do we have a man in a society that has done everything, yet they're poor? And someone who has not, yet they have in plenty. Haieleweki, hiyo hesabu yaingia. So inamaanisha the formula to getting money changes all the time, inabadilika. Wakati wa Moi kuna mchezo ilichezwa. Wakati wa sasa kuna mchezo inachezwa. because the dynamics keep changing. The more money changes hand, the more inabadilika, na lazima pia ujue hivyo. Na ndio maana saa hii wacha nikuambie, tumefika mahali tunakaribia mayai moja kuuzwa at 50 bob. Right now it's selling at 2 pieces for 30 bob, each going for 15 shillings. A long time ago we used to buy those things at 5. So how does money work? Well, I really think the most important thing to know is, just like everything else, do you qualify to have access to it? Somebody once says, money goes where it is taken care of. Pesa huenda mali inatunzwa vizuri. I never knew that if that is something to think about, but to those who know, they know. Because there's a candidate that has plenty of it, but does not know what to do with it. And there's a candidate that has so less of it, and they have learned how to maximize it. And what is the difference? They both have it. But the one that takes care of it the most will have more of it in a very long time. Today, you have all of it. You spend it however you want, you do whatever you want, however you want. It's falling from the tree like water from the taps. But you do not know that tomorrow is coming. You do not know snow is on the corner. You do not know that prices are changing. You do not know with one revolution or technology, everything changes. So, what do I mean when I say it goes to where it's taken care of? Number one, I believe you need to know and understand money. I think it's good to just educate yourself about money, what it is and what it can do. That's the first way of taking care of it, is by learning about it. Because our society is very ignorant on things they do not know of. And those things they do not know of have a very important consequences to our lives. If you go to Ushago and speak to someone about TikTok today, they will probably tell you, what are you talking about? You know? If you go to Narok huko, ama uende mahali watu hata hawana maji, hawana chakula, you talk to them about, the social media, AI, umwambie mambo ya AI. They'll probably tell you, sasa hizi hata they might kill you. But because of revolution, AI today can participate in helping in solutions that they are going through today to understand their solution. And it will give you access of information of how to better things in life. So one revolution changes everything. Everything. So it is important to understand things so that we know whether it affects us or not. Number two, I think with money you need to know that it's not always going to be there. Yeah, weka ukijua sio kila siku utakuwa na hiyo ngiri yako mbili. Si kila siku utaingiza mita. Si kila siku utakuwa na fiber ya kununua ringos pale. No, it's not every day you'll cash in. I don't care whether you're a big society or what. You have your own gap of what is enough and what is not enough. And not every day will they be the same. So even though you have to know that there are days when they are not, and there are days when they are. Now the difference is, once you know that is now, you understand that the days when they are not, this is what I should do. When the days when they are is, this is what I should do. Understanding also the climate of money, the days that are dry and the days that are too much. manage. Understand what to do with it. I cannot come here and tell you market funds, stock market, or we talk about trust funds, insurance. Kila mchawi ako na juju zake. Everybody has their own way of doing their own things. All I know is it has to be moving, and it has to be operating, and it has to be able to work for you. So once you've understood what money is, once you understand that there are days there is and there are days there are not, you now understand also that there is need for it to move and to operate so that it can have enough, importance to your life and provision to your life. Now is to learn how to protect it. Is to learn how to protect it. Because protecting it is also part of the job. And protecting it means that I have to learn spending habits. Ama hii kitu itaisha. We have actors today who have done big movies, very big movies. Today they're completely broke. We have musicians also who have been very, very famous. Na wamekuwa na kila kitu. And today, the society is giving back to them in terms of mchango, I'm not condemning anyone, but I'm just saying as an example that those situations is equal. Because if you don't learn how to protect it and keep it, it becomes difficult. Protecting also means that you have to acknowledge the person in front of you. Pia yeye anataka. What is stopping this person from killing you to get it? Protecting it means, yes, for the wealthy people, watachukua security people. But that's not only the protection. The protection pia inamaanisha kwamba you do not announce yourself too much. That is protection. Earning in silence. Ladies and gentlemen, so what does this mean? It means as our lives continue, how we think and how we interpret money continues to change. The effect that it has in our family continues to change. The effect it continues to have in our education center in a change. Right now, the education expenses are so high. The city council school becomes like the best option because there's no best option at all at the table. The society now, due to the pressures of life and due to the scarcity of money, we have become a man-eat-man society. Whereby it is like our lives has become like a documentary whereby an antelope imezaliwa tu sai. Before it hits the ground and it says, thank you God, nimetoka kwa tumbo ya mama. Simba iko hapo mbele yake. A lion is right in front of it and it's ready. And just like that, the same time it was born, the same time it is dead. But can you blame the society for what it does to have access to money? You cannot blame it. Because we are the most intelligent species on earth. And because of innovation, growth, and emotional awareness, we have become the biggest creators. We have become kings and queens of our own environment. The world venye iliumbwa sio vile iko sahi. And a very good example is Dubai was once a desert. Now it is a kingdom that you yourself you cannot afford. It is a vacation to you. And they have the liberty to choose that wewe ukae ukijua hapa si pa kukaa. Ukuje ufanye shughuli yako ukimaliza uende. It is a family business. A country is a family business. So that's the definition of you. So I'd like to leave with a very simple story. It will lead towards how you think and operate about money. And those who know will know. There was once a man, he was very great, a celebrity at a certain field. He did so well, he impressed a king. The king asked, "What would you like for me to give you as a gift?" Then the man said, akakuwa ile skeptical, ni si lazima. King akamwambia, "I shall give you whatever you want. You have made so much impression on me. I want to give you gift." So the man said, "I want a golf club. I want a golf club." Then the king said, "It is that you want? No problem. No problem." So the guest finishes his time. During this time in the king's presence and country, akaenda. A few months later, analetewa inaitwaje, a document yenye inamwambia, "Congratulations, you are the owner of a golf course." A golf course, kwa wale wanaelewa najua namaanisha nini. It's like a restaurant and an area where people play golf. The rich and famous like to go there and spend their time there. And they actually have memberships. But this man, in his mind, yeye alimuitisha ile kijiti ya kucheza golf. So that tells you the thinking capacity of these two people. That tells you the access of money on these people. That also tells you that also tells you, if this was you, and this is money we are speaking about, if you thought like the king when it comes to money, where would we be? If we think like the celebrity about money, where would we be? Sorry for coughing live. Mambo ya kawaida, mambo ya dunia, wewe sikiza kenye nasema, wachana na mambo ingine. That is the topic of money. Know what it is. What does it mean to you? What's the purpose of it? Are you hungry enough to keep it and protect it? And great of all, do you understand you shall not live with it? Take this knowledge and speak about money to your children so that they may understand it for what it is. So that when situations kikuja, they know it is not hatred. They know it's not a blame game. They understand. This is not a long video. It's a very short video, but it's very simple. It's speaking about what is on our mind. Thank you very much for this far, for listening to what I had to say. And if you wish to support this program, reach out to the contacts and let's talk more. Let's listen more, because everything we do is based on what is on your mind. I wish I could have done more. I wish I could do more, and we'll continue. This is just a humble beginning, but with time, we will get there. But for today, all I can give you is insight, wisdom, and education. And today was all about money. Understanding money, knowing what is money. The rest that I've not told you about, research and learn, because I am also learning and I'm also ready to learn from you. And thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you next time, because every Saturday I release a brand new video, and God willing, we'll dedicate ourselves until the day we will meet one-on-one to say thank you for your support and for being a Kiriam Live audience.